Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome once again to the Bourse Report. Many investors have been asking what is happening to the local stock market, why is it happening, and what can they do to invest in a portfolio that can give them positive returns. Why is this? The local market is at this point in time, when you take a representative portfolio, is providing negative returns. Let's go to our first graph and have a look at what's been happening. When you break out the market into all Trinidad and Tobago stock versus the overall market, which includes cross-listed stock, that is stock from our domicile in Jamaica as well as Barbados, here is a stark view of what is happening. The all TNT index representing Trinidad and Tobago domicile stock is down 9.5%. And cross-listed stock, which represents about 20% of the overall market, is up about 21%. So that our local market is indeed underperforming. And let's break that down and look to see what's been happening with individual stock in the market and how is that impacting your investment. We go to our second graph and take a look at what's been happening. You can see to the extreme right of your screen stocks such as NEL, Massey, TCL, First, Scotia have been declining in valuation from the beginning of the year by as much as 12% up to 31%. What's the cause of this and why is it happening? Well, essentially, it is what's happening in the local market. GDP declining, the currency depreciating, inflation up, and unemployment up. All of these are signals as to what's happening in the market. Then let us look now at what's happening with regard to the various sectors in the market. We turn to our next graph. And when you see what's happening in the various sectors in the market, you would see in this third graph that the non-banking manufacturing sector is down 19%. The conglomerates are down 11%, as you would have seen with Massey, one of the main bellwether, as well as you would have seen with Answer McCall. On the other side, the cross-listed stock, which we'll show in our next graph, have been bounding up. And when we look at this next graph, what we see in terms of the cross-listed stock, as we come to that in a moment, is that interestingly, First Caribbean, which is at the bottom of your screen, is up 29%. And then you have Grace Kennedy up 27%, and we can look at some of the other stock. What it means is that investors are shifting away from local stock based on expectations into Jamaica and Barbados stock. First Caribbean is peculiar in that it is paying a dividend in US dollars. So the stock has moved from $5.01 at the beginning of the year up to $6.50 as we speak. What to do? That's the question that investors are asking now. What do we do in a situation like this? Well, we have said before, the most important thing is to diversify. Diversification by asset class is an important aspect of your investment, whether it be bonds, whether it be local or international equities, diversification. Also, seek to go longer in your investments where you will get a higher return as you go out on a positive sloping yield curve. These are factors that you have to pay attention to if you want to invest. Currency, diversify by currency. Don't keep all your eggs in one currency basket, that TNT dollars. You need to go out and have some US dollar investments. On that score, the government of Trinidad and Tobago issued its first tranche in order to close the $6.3 billion financing gap in its budget. And the issue was oversubscribed to the tune of 88%. Very interestingly, even though the yield curve suggested 12-year money should be 4.5%, the government paid 4.75%. And it means of the $1.88 billion that was subscribed, a larger component of it would have been bidden at a rate higher than the 4.5%. This says something with regard to the expectations of the investor in terms of creditworthiness and higher yields in a higher interest rate environment. These are some of the thoughts that we share with you for the week going forward. Have yourself a wonderful investment week. Look for us in the newspapers for more details about this report, as well as on our website, www.bourseinvestment.com, where you get much more details. Look for our Bourse sponsored funds, whether under Save Invest or Bourse, in the newspapers for what's happening with our valuations and our pricing. Have yourself, again, a wonderful investment week. This is Subhash Ramkilawan for the Bourse Report.